Welcome back. Now that we have our actions, constants, and reducers, let's start connecting this Redux part of our application to our React application. Now, the way we can do that is quite simple. If you remember, we downloaded a package called React Redux. And this package, let's import it over here, comes with nice and easy API of just two things. One is a provider, and the other one is connect. And using these two things, we're going to be able to connect these two parts of our application. So I'm going to say import from React Redux. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the provider, and in the next video, talk about connect. So for now, let's just have the provider imported. Now, within here, there's a few things we need to do. First is to create the store. If we go back to our diagram, we remember that there's something called a store in Redux, which is the source of all truth. That is, it's a big object, JavaScript object, that describes the state of our app so that React can render it, make changes, and display it to the user. So we've created an action, we've created a reducer, and we also need a store. So let's do that first. We can use the Redux package for this and say import, and it has a function called create store. Nice and easy name. And we're going to import that from the Redux package. Now, the way we create a store is quite easy. We can say const store equals create store. And within here, we put what we call a root reducer. That is the reducer of our app. Now, in real life, we have many reducers. If we go back to our reducer file, right now we only have one, the search robots reducer. But as I said before, applications get more and more complex, and you're going to have more and more actions that need to be taken. And we can keep listing actions related to search robots right in here, but later on in the video, we also need to get robots from the API, if you remember. Now, because of that, we're going to have many reducers. And in the store, we want to combine all these reducers to create one root reducer, which we're going to do later on. But for now, because we only have one reducer, let's just use the search robots reducer to create the store. And we need to import this. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to say import search robots from our reducer file. All right, so I have search robots here to create the store with, and that's it. We have a store. Now, this store can now be accessed and passed down into our app. Remember, with Redux, hypothetically, we can remove all state from our React app and keep it inside of the store and pass down the store as a prop. So let's see what happens if I do that. If I go store equals to the store that we have, and I save, and let's also open up app.js, and in the component did mount, let's just console log this.props.store. All right, let's run npm start. Gonna open up the console. And we have a bit of an error here. That's just a syntax error in our case statement. So let's fix that. If we go to reducers, we don't need the double quotes here or the semicolon here because we have it over here. All right, let's save that. And we get an error saying that search field is not defined in our reducers file. And again, small little error here. The way we want to pass the third parameter to an object.assign is as an object. So we want to go like this. And if we go to constant, small little error here. Let's save. All right. So everything is working. We have a warning saying that provider is defined but never used. That's fine because, well, we're not using it yet. But let's go to console log and see what happens. All right. We see that our store over here has logged out and we have a few functions that we can use, including get state. Let's use that and see what happens. Again, going to my index.js file. I'm going to say, or in our app.js file, I'm going to say get state. I'm going to save, go back, and look at that. We have our state, which just has the search field right now. All right, so we're passing down our store as a prop, and we can use get state. Very cool. Let's remove this console log since we don't need it. We understand what's going on now in the index file. We need to pass down the store to the app. Now, we don't really want to pass down the store all the way down our component tree to the smaller components over and over again. And React Redux gives us a nice component that we can use to do this very easily. We can simply wrap our app component in this provider component. Let me show you. We're going to have a provider component, and this app component is going to be inside of it. Just like that. Now the formatting here is a little bit off, but it's fine for now. I just wanted you to see that the provider is wrapping the app. And now instead of passing down store to the app, we can just include it into the provider component. And the provider component is going to take care of passing down the store to all the components down the component tree from the app. And we use something called connect, which we talked about, to finish this connection. So there you have it. We've created the provider component that passes down the store. And the store uses the reducer or whatever reducers that we have to create the store and create that object tree of our state. So in the next video, let me save this. In the next video, we're going to use the other part of React Redux to finally connect everything together. I'll see you in that one. Bye-bye.